Well, what was once confined to the dark visions of science fiction is now becoming a stark reality. Scientists in China have unveiled a concept that could forever change the meaning of life, of parenthood, and what it is to be a human. A new arms race is underway, not for military might, but for the very procedure of creation. Our next report telling you more.
Imagine a world where the act of pregnancy is no longer a human experience but a technological one. A world where babies are grown in a sterile, artificial womb inside a machine. Something depicted in sci-fi cult movie The Matrix, it's the audacious new reality being pursued by Chinese scientists. They are developing what they claim is the world's first pregnancy robot, a humanoid surrogate capable of carrying a baby to term and giving birth. This machine, they say, will be equipped with a cutting-edge artificial womb that receives nutrients through a complex network of hoses and tubes. The humanoid, priced at around $1,400, being reportedly developed by Kaiwa Technology, a Guangzhou-based tech company. But with every breakthrough comes a burning question. Just because we can, should we? For centuries, pregnancy has been the most human of experiences. Replacing it with machines sparks fierce ethical debate. What does it mean for the sanctity of motherhood and the human bond between parent and child? There is also the question about who will control these artificial wombs. Will babies become products designed, engineered, manufactured? Critics warn of a slippery slope where life itself is commodified. Will the rich buy robo-surrogates while others grapple with infertility or medical risks? The implications are enormous, and the world is watching closely. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
India and China are stepping up efforts to reset their troubled ties. Beijing's top diplomat, Foreign Minister Wang Yi, is currently in New Delhi for a 3-day visit. His agenda is pretty packed. He has already met with India's External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, and he will also hold a crucial round of talks over border issues with India's National Security Advisor, Ajit Doval. And most importantly, a meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi is also scheduled for Tuesday evening. Indian Foreign Minister, during his meeting with his Chinese counterpart, Wang Yi, highlighted 3 key concerns that need to be addressed. Jaishankar stressed on the need, number 1, to maintain peace in border areas, ensure a multipolar Asia, and an exchange of views on terrorism, which was a crucial point given China's closeness to terror state Pakistan. In Jaishankar's remarks, there also seems to have been a reference to the US tariff on Indian goods. The Indian minister highlighted the need to enhance stability in the global economy as well. Well, Wang Yi's visit also comes just days before Prime Minister Modi's own trip to China, the first in 7 years, where Prime Minister Modi is scheduled to attend the SCO summit in Tianjin, as well as hold bilateral talks with Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russian President Vladimir Putin as well. According to the Ministry of External Affairs, the 24th round of special representatives talks on the boundary issue will take place on Tuesday morning, led by Wang Yi and India's NSA Ajit Doval. Later in the day, Wang Yi will meet Prime Minister Modi at 5:30 p.m. IST, and China has already struck an optimistic tone before that meeting. Its foreign minister said Wang Yi's trip is an opportunity to build on the consensus reached by leaders, not just that, maintain high-level exchanges and promote what it calls sustained, healthy and stable developments of relations. Beijing has expressed readiness to engage with India in a positive and constructive attitude in a bid to ensure lasting peace along the Himalayan border. The thaw in ties between India and China follows last year's agreement on patrolling arrangements, easing a 5-year standoff that began with the deadly Galwan clashes of 2020. Both the sides, India and China, are now working on new confidence building, a slew of measures there, to name some, the possible resumption of direct flights between India and China. What is driving the latest push for engagement is also global politics. Washington's new tariff squeeze. It has left New Delhi looking for ways to diversify its partnerships. US President Donald Trump's decision to double tariffs on Indian goods and penalize India for its oil trade with Russia has nudged India and China to explore some kind of a common ground. For China too, easing tensions with New Delhi adds stability in Asia at a time when its own rivalry with the US is intensifying.
The Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi is on India visit. He's set to take part in the border talks, the SI level talks with the Indian NSA Ajit Doval on Tuesday, and also later on call on the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now, we know that this visit comes just days before the SCO summit takes place in Tianjin, and there is a reset in the India-China relationship after the meeting between the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Chinese President Xi Jinping. We saw the relationship going downhill, but now the focus is to essentially see a semblance in the relationship, and the fact that the Indian Prime Minister is having a meeting with the Chinese Foreign Minister is also significant, because not every Foreign Minister gets to meet the Indian Prime Minister during his or her Delhi visit. But all in all, this is a relationship that is looking on a number of deliverables. One, of course, is direct flight connectivity, and announcement is in the offing. Also, we have seen the start of the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra. So see more significant developments in the relationship at a time when the global geopolitics is changing very fast, especially because of Donald Trump and his announcements on tariffs. With video journalist Piyush Siddhansubal for WION in New Delhi.
And well, ahead of Wang Yi's arrival, exiled Tibetans demonstrated outside the Chinese embassy in New Delhi, chanting slogans against China and carrying posters which read, and I'm quoting here, "Stop cultural genocide in Tibet." They were detained by the Delhi police. Pakistan has taken delivery of another major weapons platform from China. Just last week, Beijing launched the third Hangar-class submarine for the Pakistan Navy at Wuhan in China's Hubei province. And this is a part of a deal for 8 submarines in total and is Pakistan's biggest naval acquisition in decades. The second boat was delivered in March this year, and the first was launched in April 2024. Now, the Hangar class is a Chinese S-26 design based on the Type 039 Yuan class. It features air-independent propulsion, advanced stealth, long endurance and 6 torpedo tubes capable of firing torpedoes and cruise missiles. In short, it is considered a potent attack submarine designed for undersea warfare. But here's the important part. Its launch comes at a critical moment because just months ago, during India's Operation Sindoor, Pakistan military was dealt a serious blow. The operation involved Indian strikes in response to the Pahalgam terror attack. And while Islamabad, which suffered a major embarrassment on world stage, tried to make competing claims about casualties and equipment losses, the message was clear. Pakistan's military power had been dented. In the aftermath, Islamabad quickly moved to increase its defense budget. Pakistan raised military spending by nearly 20% to PKR 2.55 trillion. Even as it cut other parts of the budget, it only amplified the military aspect. At the same time, Pakistan's army chief Asim Munir was promoted to field marshal, showing just how much importance Pakistan places on its military than on its own people. And here's the bigger picture here. Pakistan today is deeply dependent on China for its defense. According to the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, 82%, that's the figure, 82% of Pakistan's major arms imports that took place between 2019 and 2023 came from China. The list is long. 4 Type 054 AP frigates, the Tugril class, all delivered by 2023. Not just that, at least 170 VT-4 battle tanks, with further batches likely 36 J-10C fighter jets, first delivered in 2022. And now, the Hangar-class submarines, a program worth an estimated $5 billion. Beyond weapons, remember, China is also Pakistan's largest bilateral creditor. In 2025 alone, China rolled over more than $5.4 billion in loans to keep Pakistan afloat under IMF pressure. With the China-Pakistan economic corridor and billions more in infrastructure loans, Pakistan's military and economy alike remain tethered to Beijing. But here's the contradiction. All that money and Pakistan's economy is still in crisis. Growth is predicted at barely 2 to 3%. External public debt stands at $87 billion and almost half the federal budget goes to debt servicing. Unemployment and fiscal stress remain severe. And the IMF bailout early this year, if you wonder, that was the 25th in Pakistan's history. Yet, instead of stabilizing its economy, Islamabad would rather divert billions into submarines, frigates, tanks and jets. At the launch of the new submarine, Pakistan's Vice Admiral Abdul Samad claimed that the Hangar-class would sustain regional power dynamics. But critics have argued the opposite. They say that the military build-up may deepen economic collapse, leaving Pakistan trapped between financial dependency on China and an arms race with India. But this is Pakistan we are talking about, a country that despite a crippled economy would rather give more importance to its military and prepare for the next conflict. Well, they say fashion reflects the time, but when time stands still for some of us, what exactly is it reflecting? Case in point, Swiss watchmaker Swatch, which is under fire for an ad that has sparked an international uproar. Swatch has publicly apologized after its latest ad campaign promoting the Swatch Essentials collection featuring an Asian model pulling the corners of his eyes, a gesture widely recognized as offensive and derogatory. Internet users heavily criticized the slanted eye gesture, calling it racist. Others accused Swatch of deliberate discrimination and urged consumers to boycott the company. Issuing an apology, Swatch said that it has taken note of the recent concerns and removed all relevant materials worldwide. Taking to Instagram, the brand said, and I quote here, "We sincerely apologize for any distress or misunderstanding this may have caused." However, Swatch is not the first foreign brand to face accusations of racist ad in China. Before that, in 2023, luxury brand Dior was accused of racism on Chinese social media over an ad showing an Asian model pulling up the corner of her eye. The controversial picture was posted to promote Dior's new makeup collection, and it showed the model pulling up her eye with the caption, "Channel your fierceness." This image was quickly taken down amid backlash on Chinese social media, where users accused the brand of racism. Experts say that some brands are catching on to the potential of this kind of controversy, especially when a politically charged climate can mean strong reactions, worldwide retweets, and also back and forth online. Hence, these incidents shine a harsh light on how cultural insensitivity can unravel the image and revenue of global brands. As luxury goods compete in increasingly diverse markets, the stakes of tone-deaf marketing only gets higher.